luxury SUV.
We'll keep you posted on the latest.
And we're going to have a live report from Washington, D.C. when we return with Mike Seidel. Right now, we'll take you out on a snowy New York City.
Believe me, I know this place like the back of my hand.
The Saturn Vue comes standard with four-wheel independent suspension.
This is it. You're gonna love
Split folding rear seats for more cargo space.
Excuse me. Check it out! Cannonball!
And dent-resistant side panels.
I'm cool.
The Saturn Vue. Get in, get away. Lease a 2003 Saturn Vue FWD4. $259 a month for 48 months. $995 due at lease signing. Call for details.
In the beginning, I was nervous about other people holding her, or even changing her, and I had to have those pricey diapers. Now, you take her. I know Loves work great. They cost less, even without coupons. And leaks? I don't worry about leaks. They hold like the Hoover Dam, no matter who holds her. Her hugs are tight. Okay, my turn. Live and learn, and then get Loves. Each Pepperidge Farm Sausalito cookie is loaded with chunks of rich chocolate and huge macadamia nuts. Once you get into it, it's hard to notice anything else. Pepperidge Farm. Never have an ordinary day.
Today, your home is probably your best investment. So today, there's no better time to come to Lowe's. Only Lowe's sells custom-sized Now blinds by Levelor. Designer blinds in every shape, style, and texture that will cut to your specifications while you shop. We'll even arrange installation, and no one ever beats Lowe's prices, because Lowe's has low prices every day, guaranteed. That's our promise. Lowe's, improving home improvement.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local forecast, always on the 8s of every hour.
Alert mode continues from the Weather Channel this morning as the storm is still dumping a lot of snow and causing nearly 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts across the Northeast. This is Mike Seidel in Washington. We'll have your forecast all coming up.
As millions in the Northeast contend with snow, areas around Charlotte are coping with ice. But there is some good news. Warmer temperatures are only a couple of days away.
As we focus in on the snow moving into Boston, it's going to make a travel nightmare throughout much of the Northeast and even impact the rest of the country. I'll have travel details coming up.
It's been an historic weekend around Baltimore as nearly 2 feet of snow has fallen on the city and even more wintry weather expected today. The latest on this huge winter storm is next.
Thanks for joining us on Your Weather Today. I'm Heather Tesh.
And I'm Marshall Cease. It's half past the hour, and here at the Weather Channel, we're in alert mode because of that strong winter storm that's moving through the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast.
And we continue to find areas of snow pelting in New York City, along with some very strong gusty winds. Some of the sustained winds across this area have been approaching 40 miles per hour, and gusts have been even stronger.
Give you an idea of what you can expect. Washington, D.C., we've got a mixture of snow and sleet now. Before it all ends later today, 16 to 26 inches on the ground. Snow and sleet ending later in the day today, too, for Philadelphia. You could have as much as 2 feet of snow on the ground. And in New York City, winds are going to be blowing the snow around with drifts even greater than the totals we think of 2 feet. And tomorrow morning, a foot of snow on the ground when you wake up in Boston.
Mike Seidel has spent the weekend covering the storm and joins us live from the mall in Washington, D.C.
Mike, are the snow plows able to keep up with this snow and sleet combination this morning?
They're doing a better job now today, Marshall and Heather, than they could yesterday when it was snowing 1 to 2 inches an hour all day, and they were just trying to manage and kind of waddle through. Also, the fact that it's been so cold yesterday in the mid-teens, today about 20. Salt just doesn't do a very good job when it's that cold, especially this time of the year. But you can see the road is plowed. There's still snow and a snowpack on this road. This is 3rd Street, and this is one of the thoroughfares closed, but just a couple blocks away, they have not plowed any of those streets. So again, it's kind of touch and go. The interstates have been plowed, but we've heard reports that there are so many cars that have spun out, and they're on literally I-95 between Baltimore and Washington. Snowfall, historical snowfalls here for this President's Day storm. The sequel in Baltimore, they've had now over 47 inches of snow. It's now their second biggest storm on record. Their average to this date, 13.3. And typical season, 18. And they're now almost 30 inches above that. As far as the numbers, there we go. Baltimore, the second biggest storm on record. The biggest would be 26.5. Don't think they're going to pick up another 3.5 inches of snow this morning or today. And here in Washington at National Airport, 15 inches as of 7 this morning, and that ranks as number 6. As far as the airports, Philadelphia closed till noon, BWI until 6 at least, National till 4. Best bet, extend that hotel stay, enjoy the President's Day off, and maybe fly out tomorrow. Let's get the latest now on the storm as it moves into the Northeast. And John, one thing we don't have here and we didn't have here that they're having up there are these incredibly strong winds. Why is that?
Well, Mike, high pressure centered over New England has provided the cold air for the storm, and also the difference in pressure between that high and a just developing low pressure system off the Virginia coast. That provides the difference in pressure for those strong winds, and that's why you have not seen as strong winds being too far from the area of high pressure. And this low pressure still in its genesis stages, only 29.7 inches of mercury, so it's not a real strong low. It's been the cold air, the high pressure that has provided the cold air, and the easterly flow off the ocean, all that moisture coming in over the low-level cold air has really been the driving force for the snow and the driving force for the winds. Look at these gusts above 35 miles an hour in some places, and that will drift northward as the storm slowly drifts off to the northeast. These are the snowfall totals today. 6 to 12 inches additional snow in a large area from north of Philadelphia through New York City. Embedded within here locally, some places will get more than 12 inches. Certainly a storm for the record books.
John, obviously very blustery conditions. What will happen to the winds this afternoon?
Well, the winds will pick up this afternoon north of New York City into the Boston area. They will increase in speed, and in the Boston area from late today into tonight, conditions there could be near blizzard.
And whether you're in blizzard conditions or not, or whether you're finding just plain old winter storm conditions, I tell you it's going to be extremely rough across this area. As many of you know, just looking outside of your window, very rough travel conditions. Southern end of this, notice the pink here. That's where we're looking at some sleet and some freezing rain. We've had some freezing drizzle around the Charlotte area. Richmond, too, you've been seeing kind of a mixture of sleet and snow. We've been seeing some of that sleet, too, working into the Washington, D.C. area. Back edge of the snow is coming through here, but you've already gotten hit extremely hard across this area. Philadelphia, you have picked up around 20 inches of snow, and you still have a little more on the way. In New York, you're going to continue to find more snow falling here right on through the day, and you have picked up significant snowfall amounts here too. Some places around 17 inches of snow. More of that pressing into Hartford and Providence and Boston. Some of the outskirts have snow. You'll see more of that pressing in during the late morning. Pittsburgh, you've had about 15 inches, and you're going to find little spits of snow coming in, and then as this wraps around, could see an additional 2 to 4 inches of snow. Blustery conditions continue to pick up, as John said, as we work through the afternoon hours. Travel is not advised across this area. We will continue to find things wrapping down from the southern end to the northern end of this system, but even tomorrow we still have some more snow working into the picture for Philadelphia, New York, and Washington, D.C. and Pittsburgh, although probably not much in terms of accumulating snow tomorrow. Marshall?
Well, this President's Day storm has brought many problems to the state of Ohio as well. The white stuff covers cars in parts of Ohio. Businesses are shut down also. Hospitals have called in volunteers and canceled elective surgery, and drivers can be fined for making unnecessary trips. Major problems, too, in New York City this morning, Arthur Dennis.
Well, certainly are. In fact, they're not going anywhere at the airports or on the roadways. Very nasty scenario with a blizzard warning still in effect for New York City. We will check it out of the travel's impact nationwide.
Your weather today is sponsored by Moen Faucets. Moen, buy it for looks, buy it for life.
The Revolution Massaging Showerhead from Moen. Get water to spin, twist, and twirl. It will reinvent your whole day. The Revolution Massaging Showerhead from Moen. Buy it for looks, buy it for life.
When you can find the nearest locksmith. When you can check a movie time. And tell your friends you're running late. When you can find the right words to open a door. All with a calling plan starting at $19.99 a month. That's M-Life from AT&T Wireless. Right now, get a free Nokia 3590 phone after $100 mail-in rebate. Hurry in or call 1-888-MY-M-Life today.
Stuffed crust. With cheese. Don't tell me the pizza delivery guy saw you like that.
It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno. So much cheese in the crust, it's hard to believe it's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
Still